everyone, and welcome back to my YouTube channel. If you are new here, please introduce yourselves and don't forget to like and also do well to share today's live stream. So if you're new here, please introduce yourselves. I really want to know you for real. What is your name? What part of the world are you watching from? How did you find this, this live stream? Did I actually send the link to you directly, or did somebody forward this link to you? I'd like to know in the comments. And if you're seeing me for the very first time, in case this is the first time of coming across this amazing channel, my name is Miriam. I'm a wife, I'm a mom, a student, and I'm also an entrepreneur. I'm based in California, and I drop 3 videos every week. So if you're looking for grants, free money for your small business, for your nonprofits, and what have you, I am your plug. I've always got you guys covered. And today we have this very interesting Sarah. Thank you so much. You are just amazing. Thank you for all that you do, sis. I see you, and I really appreciate you as well. So before we get started, guys, while you guys are introducing yourselves, I want to let you guys know that today's live stream was sponsored by Idayat Sambo. And guess what? I would recommend this book on Amazon, Becoming Home. I tell you, Becoming Home. It's a journey from Africa to America. It's a true immigrant's journey to success by Idayat Sambo. Guys, if you haven't gotten your own copy, I tell you, it's a very good read. And guess what? She also has a lot of resources that will help new immigrants, people who are traveling to the United States for the very first time or moving to a new country. So you want to learn from her. She's also a fashion designer. But you know what? She has won a lot of grants, I tell you. And then she has shared a lot of free resources. She doesn't need to do that. But guess what? She did it. Yes. In fact, not only grants resources, she also shared free legal help, free, housing system, how to navigate the housing system here, understanding American systems, credit and banking basics. She shared a lot of resources. So guys, I'm going to put the link in the chat. Yes. So just in case you're interested, or you can look for it on Amazon. It's called Becoming Home by Idayat Sambo. So guys, you want to grab this book today. It has blessed me, and I'm pretty sure this book is going to bless you too. So give me a second. Let me put the link in the chat just in case you are interested. You will love it. And just so you know, I'm also open to business collaborations and, partnerships on this channel. Just send me an email to Chassis Everything, CEO@chassiseverything.com. So without further ado, guys, let's just get right into today's business, how to master the art of self-discipline, how to master the art. And I'm sure a lot of people, actually struggle with self-discipline. When we talk of self-discipline, this is what you have to do for yourself, by yourself. No one can do it for you. Yes, so we're talking about cultivating the art of, self-discipline. So today, first, I want to start with habit building. Yes, habit building. They say you form a habit within 90 days. Yes, when you do the same thing consistently for 90 days, it becomes a part of you. And guess what? Honestly, I would say this has actually helped me to a very large extent. I used to be a foodie. But some time ago, I started fasting, and I fasted for 21 days. And I did it 3 times consecutively. So I fasted for a total of 63 days consecutively. Ever since I did that fast, there's no kind of food can be so tempting that I will lose my self-control now. So when you do something consistently, after a while, it becomes a part of you. And sometimes when people say, for me, when people say, how did you manage to become consistent? How do you manage to be this? How do you manage to do that? How do you manage to hold yourself back when it comes to X and Y? Trust me, it is not just one day's journey. So if you want to also be like that, then you have to, pray to God and of course trust yourself to do it. So do the same thing consistently over and over and over and over and over and over again. Lately, I heard there's this new practice that people do. Guess what? They take a cold shower in the morning. Cold shower around 5 in the morning. So why do they take the cold shower? So that it just kind of like toughens them up for the day. Like because if you have a warm bath, you're still chilling. Even after you shower, you're still like, I don't want anything. But when you start with cold showers, you have this, this inner strength that, helps you throughout the day. So maybe you can try the cold showers too But I want to tell you guys, this is something that, tested and trusted. I have done it countless, over and over and over. And that was my first time actually of, trying the fast consistently, 21 days consistently. I did it by myself. No one asked me to do it. So it wasn't like I joined a church or the ones I've joined through my church was 21 days fast. But this time I decided to fast for 21 days. Actually, I was asking God for something and I wasn't going to stop until he answers my prayers. And I continued to fast for 63 days and then I got the answer I was looking for from God, and that really helps me. But you know what, that is not the only time. I think in 2023 December precisely, I fasted for 9 months. I fasted for 9 months. Maybe that was why I lost my hair. I lost a lot of hair in the process. Maybe I lacked iron and all that. But it's something that it becomes a part of you. When you do something consistently, you form a habit. And like I said, if you can do the same thing consistently for 90 days, it becomes, there are times, I have friends, like when I go for my workout, I have friends that say, I don't know how you do it. Like, I don't know how you're consistent. Like if they leave you, you are going to work out every day of the week. And every time I tell them, I don't wait to be sick before I start to take care of my health. Because the truth of the matter is, if you are sick, you see that break that you can't take, that excuse, that's time that you can't take off. You're going to take that time off. You're going to do it compulsorily. And I don't want to get to that point in my life. And I don't do things because, oh, it's urgent. No. I do it because I have to do it. I do it. I prefer preventative measures than curative measures, right? I don't know if that makes sense. I prefer to prevent bad things from happening than running around helter-skelter when things have already gone south and I'm trying to fix things. I don't like that, and because of that, I work even when there is no pressure. I sometimes I work like I don't know where my next meal is coming from, but that's not the case. But because I've mastered the art of self-discipline, I'm able to do things that I ought to do when I should do it, when everyone is sleeping. And I learned this a very long time ago that greatness is not manufactured in bed. Yes, you cannot spend your life sleeping and chilling away. And when you look at great people today, people that are living their soft lives, people like, I'll give you an example, people like Serena Williams, for example. Serena Williams trains for 9 hours every day. You know how people go to work 9 to 5? She does her own training. Imagine being in the gym 9 hours every day. And then you see her on the court and you wonder why she's exceptional. You wonder why she's doing what she's doing. And then when you see her outside the court, she's living the life. She's living one of the softest lives in the world. You know what I'm saying? So if you really want to get to that point, self-discipline is something you really need to master. You need to really master it, and you see it's something you have to do yourself. No one can help you do it. And then one more thing is, when you do it, after a while it becomes a part and parcel of you. So in case you are impatient or you're like you want to become that thing in one day, no, I'm not going to promise you that. Self-discipline is something that you have to build over time, and you have to do things. You have to do the same thing consistently over and over and over again, and then it becomes a part and parcel of you. So yes, that is number one, your habits. You have to do the same thing for 90 days minimum, 90 days at least, and then it becomes a habit for you and you will thank yourself for it. And guys, recently I started carrying dumbbells. I started lifting dumbbells because my doctor said, you need to, because he knows I work out every I try to work out every day of the week except on weekends. And then he was like, no, I need to work on my core, my muscles and all that. And then he suggested that I start, lifting weights, so I picked up this dumbbell and actually picked up 10 kg. It was after I picked up 10 kg that I discovered, no, 10 pounds. And I discovered that people actually carry 8. 8 and 10, there's a huge difference. So I tell you, as the thing is heavy, so when I did it the first time, it was like I was panting like a rat. Even my kids were like, mommy, why are you panting like this? The coach is not panting. I'm like, okay, carry one. So it was it was something that I found difficult the first day and the second time and the third time. And I thought by the fifth time, the week after, honestly, it wasn't as heavy as it was the first day. So you see, discipline, consistency will help, things that look like a big deal. It starts to look normal to you. It starts to feel good. It starts to feel like something that is doable, as opposed to if you weren't doing those things before, if you want to start. And that's why you have to, be mentally prepared for the challenges that you're going to encounter the very first time. Now, there's one other habit that has helped me as well, and that habit is reading. Yes, reading. And I hope I don't sound like a broken record. I recommended this book to you guys. Go and read. And not just this, but get good reads. It's one habit that has really, really, really helped me. Yeah, so you have to constantly read books. Even if you're not a book person, you can use triggers. Buy books and put it where you would see it every day, where you're going to be tempted to open the book, to pick up the book and read. And I do this thing for my kids too. A lot of times I can put books beside the staircase so that when they are coming downstairs, they see the books, especially my little one. She will go and grab the book, and she will just grab the book, and then she starts to open the pages and she starts to read. So you can use triggers. I mean, triggers are what ordinary people would ordinarily do. Things like put chocolates in front of, when they see the chocolate, they want to eat. I love chocolates. And why don't you replace those things with better habits, with good habits, things that you always wanted to do. Maybe you want to replace those chocolates that you see with fruits and vegetables. And it has also helped me to, like, when I open the fridge and I see celery, I'm like, oh yeah, I need to make my smoothie, and I make it. So you can use triggers. Design your home, your room, your space with things that inspire you, things that you've always wanted to do. And if it is the Bible, for me, yes, it's one of my lifelong dreams to read the entire Bible. And to the glory of God, I'm doing that right now. I'm reading the entire Bible. So if you want to master the art of self-discipline, then you have to help yourself by using triggers that would help you achieve these things. And I also used an example some time ago on my channel. I talked about maybe you sometimes you want to work out, but you're like, oh, I don't know what to wear. You can put the clothes beside your bed before you wake up, so that when you wake up, there's no excuse. There's no, I don't know what to wear. It's right there beside you. Your sneakers are right there beside you. Your outfit is right there beside you. So there's no excuse for you. So you have to, train yourself. You have to start those, habits, those habits that will fuel self-discipline for you. And if you're going out, you can just pick up a book, and maybe you're taking public transport or you're taking the train, you can get a book, grab a book, so that you're not distracted, and it's a good way to pass time. It's a good way to while away time. There are lots of self-help books on the market that you can also get for yourself. And guys, this is something that you might also want to consider: journaling. Yes, journaling is something that you might want to do as well. And that is the real magic. So you can get a journal for yourself and write down. Yes, write down the things that you're able to do. Journal, okay, I did this yesterday, I did this last week. And you might want to go back to the journal and see what you have been doing. You want to be consistent, and then just journal everything and see, okay, how have I been able to maintain this habit on a consistent basis? Have I been able to do it 2 times a week or 3 times a week, or even every day of the week? So just write down what you need to do. Now let's talk about schedule. That is the exact secret of my own self-discipline. Schedule. At a particular time of the day, my body starts to wind down. I need to take a nap, and then that's part of my schedule. Like, everyone that knows me one-on-one, I have my phone number, they know that I don't joke with my nap time. I do not joke with my nap time, like, every day. So these are things that would help fuel self-discipline. Like, I don't just do things randomly. Like, I don't just, maybe someone invites me for an event, maybe today or tomorrow, I'm sorry, I can't make it, because I need to plan ahead of time. And if I do, then you're so heavy to me that I have to move certain things in my schedule to accommodate your own. So you need to plan your week in advance, your month in advance. You need to have your own target. Sometimes, when you create this target, sometimes it seems slow, but it's between you and God. The things you want to achieve, just trust God's timing and just stay consistent, stay true to that plan. Stay true to that goal, stay true to that plan. So scheduling is very, very important. How you want to spend your morning, how you want to spend your afternoon. And one thing that is not well spoken is not, I haven't seen a lot of people talk about it that much online, but it is your energy, protecting your energy, yes, and maximizing it as much as possible. So you have your highest form of energy or level of energy in the mornings or when you wake up, the moment you wake up. So whenever you wake up, like my friend Sarah Donald, she said, anytime you wake up is your morning. So whenever you wake up, your own morning, right? That is when your energy is at the highest. And you want to do things that require more mental strength, something that requires more mental energy, right? Something that requires more thinking, more strategizing, something that, you would need to like focus extensively and get things done, or put in quality work. You want to put in quality work at anything at all, you do it the moment you wake up in the morning. You have to do it the very moment that you wake up. Don't wait. And that's part of conserving your energy. That's actually what it means to conserve your energy, because if you spend that time, you just woke up in the morning, if you spend that time you have doing things that require no mental strength, then you're wasting your time. When it's time to actually put in the real work, you're already tired, and you don't want to do that first. And that's why me personally, I work with energy. Like when I wake up in the morning, I want to do things that require the most, energy. So I'm not going to wake up in the morning and start folding clothes, because it requires nothing. Let me go and put in work. Let me go and put in, what's it called? My attention on something that requires a lot of mental strength, like maybe scheduling your posts for the week, or creating or curating content. Curating content is different from creating content. And I always tell people that shooting the video is the easiest part of making your YouTube videos. Shooting the videos, it is curating the content, itemizing, outlining what to do, what to say, planning everything out. So you can take that time to curate your content before you actually start shooting your content. So you want to curate your content before you start creating that content. I'm going to put a couple of links in the chat for people who want to also advertise with us. I have put the link, our email address. You can just send us an email and let's, do business together. So yes, that is something. And for me, sleep schedule, I don't joke with it at all. No. And then you also need to start with your why. Yes. Why? Why are you trying to be disciplined in this area? When we talk of self-discipline, there's so many things, and we're all work in progress. We'll all continue to be work in progress, most definitely, right? But you want to improve, you want to be a better person than you were yesterday. So you need to start with your why, because discipline without a purpose becomes punishment. Okay, so why are you doing this? Okay, so what is your goal? Where are you actually going? Right? What is your end goal? So you need to have it at the back of your mind before you do anything. And this is to also check in with people who don't have personal goals, who just rely on their friends or they copy other people. You want to know for yourself what exactly are your goals, for yourself, by yourself. You want to write it down. You want to be clear on it, why you want to work on this aspect of your life. You want to build discipline in X or in Y. Why do you want to do it? So it's a question that you want to ask yourself before you get started, because your why has to be strong. Yes, when your why is very strong, then your excuses will be very weak. Once your why is strong, then your excuses will be very weak. Now, train your brain, like I mentioned earlier, train your brain to choose long-term wins. So don't try to, get the result now. If it is now, trust me, you're just gonna lose hope. You're gonna give up on yourself so quickly. It's like wanting to lose weight. You want to lose a lot of weight in 1 week. You want to lose 20 pounds, 30 pounds in 1 week. No, you did not gather those 30 pounds in a week. It took years, for you to get all of that. So you have to be patient and you have to train your mind to prepare for long-term wins. Long-term wins is the way. Long-term wins pays, because self-discipline is not just about denying pleasure, it's about delaying gratification. Yes, delayed gratification is the real deal. Because when you look at people like, Bill Gates, people like what's this guy's name, the Amazon guy, you would notice that they started with a dream in their garage. They started just them, and that's why you have to, you have to hold on. You have to have delayed gratification mentality. Don't try to do sharp, 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 sharp. If you do sharp, sharp, you're not gonna get the real returns. So you have to, have it at the back of your mind that you want to delay gratification. Remind yourself daily that you are trading what you want now for what you most want. Yes, you're trading what you want right now for what you want the most. You're going to get that huge returns much later. And guess what? People don't have to trust in you. People don't need to trust in you. You have to just believe in yourself, and trust your gut and follow your dreams. Even when people start to say, oh, I'm not seeing any difference, that's okay. That is okay. If you choose not to see or you don't see, that is perfectly, totally okay. And that's why your goal has to be personal to you. And every time you choose long-term gain over short-term comfort, you build discipline muscle. You build more muscle. Yes, you build more discipline muscle. And please, my people, set tiny but consistent habits. Tiny but consistent habits. I mean, for me, I do 2 hours workout. Thank you, sis. I do 2 hours workout. But if you are unable to do 2 hours the first time, you can start with 15 minutes. You can start with 15 minutes. It's okay. My dumbbell, I do 15 minutes. So just in case. And that's outside of the 2 hours workout that I do. 15 minutes. For now, I'm still a baby when it comes to that. So 15 minutes is okay. I do my, dumbbell exercise for 15 minutes. So you can just start small. Set those small tiny, tiny goals for yourself. And with time, you can increase it. Like I said, when I started, carrying the dumbbells, I realized that it was hard for me, right? It was so hard and it was kind of heavy for me. But with time, I, found it a bit lighter than it was when I first started. It was so hard in the beginning. I tell you guys, it was really hard in the beginning. But right now, it is, kind of like getting easier for me. So set those tiny, consistent habits. And if you want to write a book, you can commit to, writing maybe 200 words in a day, because discipline grows when habits are achievable. Discipline grows when those habits are repeatable. So you don't want to do too much the first time so that you're not overthinking the next day. You're not like, where will I get the energy to do it tomorrow? No. So you can set tiny goals for yourself, something that you can repeat, repeatable goals. You can set those goals for yourself. So please, one other thing you need to do is to build systems. You need to also build systems, because when you build systems, now what are systems? These are things that you set in place so that processes continue to run. Yes. So you build a systems in place, things that, whether you're there or not, or come rain, come sun, it is still going. Yes. So you need to build systems. You need to probably set your screen time limits. Like if you're someone that is always constantly online or constantly on your phone and you're not getting anything out of it, then you can set screen time limits. And if you're someone that, you struggle with time management, you can prepare your meals in advance. Prepare all your meals so that you don't have to think about, your food. You can just grab and go right in the fridge, and you're eating healthy at the same time. Schedule your workout like meetings. Schedule your workout like meetings. This has helped me. I schedule my workout like meetings. Thank you, Neo. I appreciate you. Where are you watching from, Neo 7? So I schedule it out. Um, and that's why at a particular time of the day, precisely 1 p.m., yes, I know you would say, oh, the sun is out at that time. That is the only time I have. That is the only time that works for me. And guess what? I use every resource within my disposal to make it work for me. If I have to use the umbrella, I bought countless umbrellas. I'm telling you, when I'm going for my walk, so I use the umbrella, I use my sunscreen, I do everything possible, but no excuse. I don't give excuses. So you have to put it in your calendar. So when I'm having meetings, I put all my meetings before 1 p.m. My last meeting is at 12 o'clock or 12:30, but the last thing it's once it's 1 p.m., I get out. So you have to schedule it. If it's really important for you, you need to schedule it just like a meeting. Yes. Always, schedule the things you want to do, schedule it like a meeting so that you don't procrastinate on it, so that come rain, come sun, you get those things done. Now, track your progress. Yes, you got to track your progress. You want to check, you want to look back and see how far you have gone so far. Pat yourself on the back and celebrate every little tiny wins. Even if it means, even if you're only able to do 15 minutes in a day or 10 minutes in a day out of what you want to do. If it is books, you want to read books, and you struggle with reading books, you struggle with your attention span is so short that you can't even stay still for a long period of time, for a stretched period of time. My brothers and my sisters, please do it, just bit by bit. You can do 10 minutes, yes, in a day. And then the next day, when you keep doing, you keep reading for 10 minutes in a day, or you keep working out for 10 minutes in a day, after a while, you find out that 10 minutes is not enough. Then you extend it yourself, But like I said, you have to create repeatable goals for yourself. Something that you don't have to overthink, the fact that you have to repeat this thing tomorrow, you're like, it feels like too much. But you know what? Just do 10 minutes at a time or 15 minutes at a time and you're good. With time, you're like, okay, I think I can extend it to 20 minutes. I can extend it to 30 minutes. That is how you build your self-discipline. So you do it one day at a time, set tiny little goals for yourself every single day, and then start to, measure your progress, start to track your progress. When you track your progress, when you use journals, you realize that where you were before is not where you are right now. You have actually moved. Things have moved forward for you. Now, the next thing you need to do is to learn to say no. I'm sure you'll be wondering, learn to say no. We're talking about self-discipline. Yes, learn to say no. Learn to say no. Guys, I was at a retreat over the weekend. I mean, from Friday till Saturday, I and my ladies, my friends, we were, at a hotel. We got a resort, somewhere in California, and I was invited. Oh, I think you should have some chocolates. I think you should have some. And I'm like, nope, 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 nope. I'm not doing this. That's why there's nothing you can say in the world. I don't care how enticing it is. I am not gonna do chocolates with you. I'm not saying it's bad, but I'm talking about self-discipline in the context of self-discipline. If it's something that you've done over time, there's no sweetness in it that is so sweet that I cannot, I can't prevent myself from, enjoying at that moment. So I have mastered the art of self-discipline to the point where, it's a no. No is a complete sentence. You have to learn how to say no. Yes, and start to choose you, things that serve you, habits that help you, things that, help you grow, things that help you master the art of self-discipline, things like reading, things like working out, things like eating healthy, things like, focusing on yourself. And I always say this, focus on yourself until the focus is on you. Focus on yourself. Don't look at other people. I realize a lot of people find it difficult to focus because they're looking at other people. You can't be driving and be looking at your left or to you have to be focused on where you are going straight ahead. So you have to constantly, focus on yourself. At the end of the day, you will win at the end of the day. So guys, you also need to embrace the discomfort. It is part of the process. In the opposite or the reverse of what I just explained now, there are some people who cannot say no to chocolates. There's some people who cannot say no to, sweet. They have sweet tooth. So you need to get to the point where you need to tell yourself, okay, I feel I'm hurt. I feel hurt for not taking a bite of pizza or for not taking that chocolate. Yes, embrace that discomfort. It's just temporary. With time, you start to get used to it. And lately, I read about a lady who, she was overweight before, the 600 pounds life. She was really overweight. And then she started to embrace clean eating, healthy eating. And now, and this is something I told my friend, I think last month, I told her, whenever I taste food, maybe fast food, I taste the chemicals in the food now. It's that bad. Like I can taste. So when I take candy, I taste the artificial. I know the artificial. So I'm so conscious. That's how good it is with me. Like when I taste and I'm like, no, 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 I can't take this anymore. Like when I bite, when I eat cake, I know, I can feel that taste that is not natural, that is, artificial sweeteners and stuff like that. I can taste it. So the lady was saying it that now when she takes unhealthy food, she tastes the chemicals in the food, and I do the same thing too. You get to a point where lack of self-discipline feels it's now odd for you. It's now odd for you. Yes. Not working out will be odd for you after a while when you have been disciplined, when you have been very consistent, with your workout. Not working out now feels like, oh, something is missing. I got to go work out, right? I'm not asking you to make a god out of your habits, but I'm just saying, build healthy habits, build great habits that will help you. And guess what? Your body will thank you later. Your future self will definitely thank you later. And I still have a whole lot to share, but I think I want to stop here because I want to be respectful with your time. I like to keep it at 30 minutes. And please join me next week, same time, Sunday, 1 p.m. Pacific time, for another 30 minutes of, words of wisdom from your girl Chassis. And don't forget to purchase this book on Amazon. Today's video was sponsored by Diet Sambo, so go ahead and purchase your own today. The link is still in the chat. I'm also going to put it in the description as well and in the comments as well. So check out Becoming Home by Diet Sambo. It's also on TikTok and on Amazon as well. So thank you all so much once again. If you have any topic for me, please go ahead and put it in the comments, and I will definitely talk about it in my next video. Till I see you guys again, take care of yourselves and God bless you. Bye for now. Bye guys.